Okay, this is a tour of the Phoenix Imperial Fort. This space is open numbers, so anyone can join and leave. Um, but when you're raiding this fort, be sure to know that it comes in three phases. The first phase is a 3 point hard point, so both teams maintain their own score, and the points can only increment positively for each team. But the term will rotate between the temple, the theater, and the bridge. So when you're starting off, you spawn here and you get 5 different classes to choose from. The assault is your default class, but if you have someone who's a good aimer, you can have them go for shotgun or sniper. Ideally, someone who's bad at healing will go for the medic class, but this isn't your typical medic heal gun. It's a wall shield that each medic gets to place on the ground, but it only carries a certain radius. And you can have anyone join the heavy class. Just keep in mind that the gun progresses from slow to fast rate of shooting. So I wouldn't go for the heavy class on the start of the raid. And let's see where all the 3 points of the hard point are. The first point of the hard point is in the theater, so notice that I can ping people to go somewhere by the scroll button on my mouse. You can get to the theater point by entering this door, but also keep in mind that when you're entering doors like these, you can press E to stab, and that will do 100% damage. I would definitely use the E to stab button because it kills people fast and it takes away the concern for close quarters. When I'm guarding the theater, I usually position here or position upstairs, and being upstairs gives you an aim advantage as well because it puts you on a high ground. But other than that, it should be simple enough to defend the theater. Also notice with the theater, you have a jump pad. You can jump on to get to the top. That will bring you up here. Now, with the second hard point, it is in that temple there, where the eagle is. I would prevent as much fire from the defending team as possible because they spawn in that tower over there on my ping. So what I would do is enter through the sides. And it's right here. And you can also get to the temple via the jump pad over there. Now, if it were temple, it would be this point here. You should have multiple people stationed up there than down on the ground floor because they have a height advantage to shoot down. And if they ever recapture the temple, you can have a couple people jump down to recap it easily. And last hard point is the bridge over there. With this fort, keep in mind that you can speed up your reinforcement time via these conveyor belts, the arrows. Again, avoid as much crossfire as possible. They might position their sniper there, so be sure to fight some fire against their spawn location as well. And they might have people stationing in these two towers here. So I would have multiple different people like camp around these barricades and take over the tower if possible, because their spawn location spawns there, so they can easily conveyor themselves up to like recapture the terminal quick. Now, with the second phase of this term is a dual cap. So once we get to the second phase, everyone spawns here. Every raider, that is. You have to capture the terminal on this bridge. And also keep in mind that on this bridge, there's an underground level. The defending team uses the underground level a lot, so be sure to take over the wings of this bridge, the right wing and left wing. They also go through this funnel thing here, so please keep that in mind when you're defending this bridge. And the dual cap term is here. You should note that being on the top floor and the bottom floor gives you a massive advantage when trying to defend the term down there. I would avoid just simply rushing via the middle floor, because the enemy team has all the advantage in the world to establish high and low angles on you. And yeah, once we win the second phase, it moves to a third phase where it's a payload. And that payload will start at our phase 2 terminal, or phase 2 spawn location, which we push the payload way towards that far end. You also notice that with these doors, once phase 3 hits, everybody should be shooting these doors and making sure they fall apart, just to make sure the payload goes through. And yeah, always have 2 or 3 people on the payload. That way they can provide stabbing and secure the payload as it moves forward. But phase 3, always move forward. Always have people positioning on high ground, securing the terminal, and making sure they don't push it back. And yeah, phase 3 payload, you need to move that payload system all the way over here. And Phoenix Imperial, they would spawn there on phase 3, so make sure you're always pushing forward. Do not give them room to breathe. And you also notice with that there's a ceiling up there. You could only access that ceiling through this avenue. And you can climb up to shoot down at people. Make sure that Phoenix Imperial doesn't get here once it's a phase 3, because it's going to be a bit tough to secure the payload when you're pushing forward, and they could jump down as well. And yeah, if you outnumber them, you'd be in great shape to win on this fort either way.